Hello, hello everybody. My name is Techno, or Miles, whatever you want to call me. Today we are back here in our creative world. I've kind of done a little bit of research, not without you guys knowing, or kind of without you guys knowing, about what you like to see on the channel, and I bet my bottom dollar is these building tutorials. So we're gonna do some more of these today. I got this little house design. Oops. Does that not work? Time, set, day. I got this little house design I'm gonna work on. That must be the North Star. Kind of like this, maybe a little smaller, and we'll do the entire thing so you guys can kind of see how to do it all versus just the detailing part. So let's get to it. I'll go ahead and clear my inventory. The first thing I do, again, and many of you have probably seen this, is lay out the foundation. Right? Who the hell thought of doing that? What the hell is that? Prismarine. I'm using Doku Craft right now. And then I think for the building we'll be using jungle wood, because why the fuck not? Nobody else uses jungle wood because everybody, it's ugly. You know what? I don't give a shit. So what if it's ugly? There are no in-game sounds. No in-game sounds. That's better. Done. You hear it? Yep, I can hear it now. No in-game sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and plan out the foundation. And I will get back to you guys once I plan out the foundation. And then we can kind of go over it, talk a little bit, and be like, oh, this is cool, that's not. And blah, 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 blah. So, without further ado, my ladies, I will be right back. Okay, so if you guys have OCD, you're probably gonna be like, fuck. Thankfully I have OCD too, and this is a little hard for me to do. Hold up. This is a little hard for me to build like this. And you might be asking, well, why the fuck are you building like this, you dumb shit? And that's a good question. If you see me pausing, I do apologize. That's me getting my pictures ready. Because I got some things I'm using for inspiration. What the fuck are you doing, Miles? I look stupid as hell. Well, you know what? Things don't have to line up. And you know what? This, while looking insanely weird, does look more interesting than having it be a normal square or any of that crap. Just ask anybody and it's just like, well, okay, I kind of see what you mean. It does. I find it looks so much more interesting. You, as a viewer, you're going to be more inclined to kind of get up close and look at the nitty-gritty of this. And personally, I just find that, maybe, we got our main building here, and then we've got supports for our second story over here. And I mean, it's nothing big. I mean, we all know it, it's nothing huge. Hold up, let's stick a door right here at the very end. Does that make sense? So then we can stick another one out here that comes out under this beam. Perfect. Let's use a lime green. No, lime green, dark green. We'll use dark green or lime green. Here, let's check this out. Lime green, dark green, dark green. Any day, okay. Any day, all day. All right. Why the hell am I using lime green? Well, again, mix it up. Mix it up. I'm not providing a valid reason for why the hell I'm doing everything, and well, there's a reason for that. You need to be able to make decisions in this and not have to, or not feel obliged to define what you're doing. It's just like, as long as it looks good, and people think, oh, that's pretty, I couldn't give a lesser shit as long as people like it, So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the walls, and then once I start adding a little bit more detail to the walls, I'll get back with you guys so you guys can see how I do that. So I will be right back. Alright, you turds. How many of you guys are familiar with the old standard flower pot below the window? Yeah? Well, we're doing that, but we're doing it a little bit more interesting, right? And you'll notice that, what the hell is this pattern? This is endstone. This is what endstone looks like in Doku Craft. I think it'll still look pretty good in default though too. So if that is one of your concerns, then I ask you to, well, I guess keep your concern. keep your concern. We should be pretty good though. But anyway, we are going to do the typical beneath the window idea. However, we're going to be doing it a little bit more different. Instead of having like a flower pot right here, what we're going to do is we're going to take, well, we don't need this, do we? We're going to take this, we're going to add a fence gate, and we're just going to have a window right here. We're not going to have anything else, we're just going to have a window, and then we'll stick the flower pot over here instead, which is, actually, you know, let's make this staircase curve like that. And then we're going to mix, we'll mix, then over here, you know, we'll have, we'll knock this down one just instead, and instead of having like the no flower pot type of deal, we'll have a block of grass this time actually. Just to mix it up just a little bit. It's kind of a little bit, you gotta think just a little bit when you do this, because it's not, you don't really think about doing all this weird crap all the time. And you know, maybe here, you know, instead of having like these trapdoors on both sides, we just have it on one, and then maybe here, you know what, no, let's keep it on both sides on this one. And then here, you know, let's say we have this, we have the upside down stair, this again over here, and then maybe we continue this around. Again, upside down stair and normal half slab, and you kind of end up getting something that looks like this. And so, actually, you know what? Since this is going to be on the roof, we might actually, and we're going to use brick for the roof. We're going to use brick again because I think brick, well, not a lot of people use it, and it does look quite interesting with all of these guys. And then instead, let's have like a upside down one right there. Yeah, okay, kind of like that. I mean, that looks pretty cool, I think. And then maybe this will come back. This and just some other stuff. I don't really know. You know, you kind of got to experiment just a little bit when you're doing this. But basically, this is kind of the feel I'm going to go for. So once I get all this done, I'll go ahead and start doing some more detail, and we'll get right back to you guys, and then maybe you guys can kind of see and get like a better feeling for how I do the things that I do. You know, it is random. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Kind of a little bit overboard. I did the roof, and I did a lot of these, or almost all of these sides really. I didn't really do these areas up and top so I could keep flying in, but now I'm going to kind of show you guys how the detailing process works. And this is the fun part, or so I find. The very first thing I do is, since I know where I planned out, oops, since I know where I planned out where I wanted my flower pots and stuff, I go ahead and add those just to let them get out of the way so I don't have to worry about coming back to add them at a later date. I'm like, okay, you know I want all my flower pots here, not one there, one here, and we're good. Oh, well, down here too. But I go ahead and add in all the flower pots just so I can get them out of the way. It's one less thing for me to deal with, and so on. And then now what I'll do is on a couple of these, not all of them, I'll add signs. We're doing that whole sign thing again. Yeah. Here, let's make it time set day. I don't write anything on the signs. I don't know why. This is just how I do it. But I go ahead and just add the signs because personally I think the white color makes it look just a little bit more interesting than not having it. So that's why I do it. And I think it looks pretty cool, you know. Nobody's gonna say, oh no, that doesn't, oh okay. Somebody might say that, but I mean, I won't be saying that, you know. This isn't connected to the top. Uh-oh. And then maybe here again, let's do these. Stick one there on that. And maybe stick maybe let's see, 2 or 3 across here, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the signs. I won't do this for every single part because you don't need to see every part, because it will get boring very quickly to you guys. Have I done this side yet? No. Let's do this side, and then this should be the last one to do. No? See, faith in your eye. 3 there, and we'll stick 1 here. So then after I got, you know, the signs and all that stuff done, you can kind of tell where this is going. On the fences that I left uncapped, I'll put brown wool on, just like I did on the roof on that last building. Just because, again, as I said, it makes it look like a platform. That's why I left that one down. Let's do that like that. Just to make it look like a platform. I think it looks a little cooler than not having it. Let's do it here too. Boop. Sounds good. Looks good. Looking good. Yeah. And then so the last thing that I'm gonna do, if I come back to you guys, is I'm gonna do the roof. I feel like my frames were just dropping right there. I don't know why. I'm gonna go ahead and do the roof. So I'm gonna just kind of break it up a little bit. There's some glass in there. There's some these things on there, and then I'm gonna add some jungle stairs and some signs and all that crap. And I'll get back to you guys once I've done that. And then we should be pretty close to being finished after that. Yeah, so hopefully all that goes good. So I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, kind of worked on the roof just a little bit, throwing in some miscellaneous green glass and some fence posts and some brown wool carpets. Filled in all these flower pots and added some buttons along here too, and it is starting to come along, and it's starting to look a little bit like that, but different at the same time. Again, you will notice that I do not give a damn about these blocks lining up. It is not because I am lazy, it is just because it looks a little bit more interesting to me. Personally, I find this a lot more visually stimulating than I would some other type of building, you know? You know? So, I mean, that's kind of why I'm doing this like this. But I wanted to run down with a little trick for you guys. It's a little bit of world edit, and if you don't know world edit, then this will be great for you. So as you saw, I'm setting my positions. If you don't know how to do that, it's //pause1, //pause2, or hpause1 will do the block you're looking at, pause does the block you are standing on. And right now we have 108, which is the brick stairs, and we want 60% 108, comma 40% 136, I believe. There we go. And that will change the stairs. And you'll notice, okay, look at this shit. Oh my god, what is going on? It's placing them the wrong way. Yep, that is true. It is placed on the wrong way, but you don't need to, it won't, I don't think it replaces, does it replace all those stairs? No, okay, it only does the brick stairs. It doesn't do the other ones that you did. Basically, go through, just kind of fix a couple of them. You don't need to fix them all, because I think some of them turned to the side kind of make it look a little bit cooler. That's my opinion. And then you kind of get like weird stuff like this going on. You know, you don't really need to turn them all, but that looks pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to go ahead and fix all this stuff up, and then I'll get back to you guys once we get back in time for the vines, because that's going to be pretty important too. You'll want to see how to do that. So I will be right back. Alright, you guys, once the crack cocaine kicks in, I mean, that's what this is. Maybe I should just call this building on drugs with techno, except I'm not really on drugs, so that wouldn't really work with it. That seems like it might be applicable. Well, who knows? Anyway, we're going to do vines now. And to do vines, what you're going to do is as I said in the last one, pretty much the same process, just grab logs, right? And you just want to go on roughly about where you want your vines. You don't have to line up in any particular order, as you can kind of tell from the rest of the building style. There is no need to do any particular organizing with this type of crap. You just pop them on. The reason I do logs, oak logs, is because they do look a little bit different from the jungle ones that we've been using. And it's always good to kind of mix up your blocks, as you can tell from how this looks. Yeah, just mix it up a little bit. You'll be fine. Try not to cover the glass if you want to be able to see out of it. If it doesn't really matter to you, then I guess don't really give it a second thought. I am okay with kind of seeing some of the back of the glass on some of them, but most of the glass I'd like to be able to get kind of like a skylight feel to. So I'm not going to cover up a lot of the glass with these logs. I'm going to try and avoid doing that, although I'll kind of like work my way and weasel my way around. And then once you've done it, you just pop on leaves. This is going to be probably one of the more time-consuming parts of this, just because it takes a lot of time to try and make vines look decent and natural, because you want them to have that kind of au natural feel, right? You don't want them to be completely man-made, you know? If that makes any sense. If it does, great. If it doesn't, well, sorry. But basically, this is kind of what I'm going to do for probably the next 20 minutes or so. I mean, this building hasn't taken too long. I mean, I've been doing this for an hour. Yeah, about an hour. So it's not that time-consuming. However, it is this part really. This part really is time-consuming, and I can't imagine you guys find it interesting to watch me place leaves everywhere. So I'm gonna cut again for like the 5 billionth time, and then we'll recap a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add the signs like we did last time too, and I might add a flower or two like we did last time as well. So it's kind of up to you now how you want to go about making your, you know, the vines look. I mean, this is completely arbitrary. My taste is going to be hella different from yours. Yes, I said hella. So go ahead and do it. And then I'm going to get back with you guys in probably about another 20 minutes or so once I've finished my vines and my roof. And then we'll go over any last changes that we should do, or that I would recommend doing. And then that should be it for this tutorial. Alright guys, so I'll see you in 2 sec. I guess we're pretty much almost finished. Did a little bit more detailing. Just kind of threw in some chimney right here with two smokestacks with some cauldrons. We have some more of these iron chain things with these little blue lights. We got some more flowers kind of tucked in. I didn't really make the red ones stand out all that much. I had this white one stand out, but the red ones are kind of pretty much tucked in. So the last thing I wanted to do was I wanted to do 2 little world edit commands, right? Potzel, yeah, Potzel is 3:2, right? Replace grass, you know, 80% grass, 20% 3:2. 6 blocks have been replaced. I didn't see anything. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that kind of looks cool. Uh-oh. Expand 1 down. Let's repeat. There we go. Okay. So what I was going to do now is, since that we have like these flowers on the bottom, I was kind of going to add like mushrooms and stuff, and maybe some dead flower, like a tulip or what have you. And then if there's like this potzel, you can add like a dead bush to it. I don't know why you'd want to add a dead bush to it, but you might. And so like maybe that plant fell over type of deal. I don't really know. But the last thing I wanted to do was the stone replace command. So we have cobblestone, correct? So we do replace 4, which is cobblestone. Let's do 40% for 40% 98, 20% 98 colon 1, I believe. Colon 1, that's the last one, right? Then if I do that again, Let's do replace for. We'll do 70% for. We don't want any of this, and instead we want 98.3, I believe. There we go. Add a couple of those. We can replace, and it already looks a little bit more interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw a bush down right here just to break up this wall, and then maybe have it come up over here and stuff as well. Oops. So you guys might be asking, am I done? I am done. These are cocoa beans. I added cocoa beans around just to kind of give it a little bit more of a different feel. If you don't know how to do this, again, all you need is bone meal and cocoa beans. And you just come along and you just bone meal the cocoa bean a couple times. Pretty simple. And it adds a pretty nice effect too, I think. Or I find anyway. They almost look like little light bulbs, I find, sticking out. Wrong one. Little light bulbs sticking out all over the place. So I thought it was a pretty cute idea. But basically that's all I had for you guys today. I hope this was helpful. I really do. I think it was pretty fun. I mean, this total build I've been recording now for an hour and 22 minutes. So you can do this in about 80 minutes if you didn't laugh about like I did. But there's no interior, but we'll work on the interior later. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or anything you'd like to see next time, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to help you guys out. So thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next episode. For those of you who would like to witness our latest building in our city, here it is. Here's the first one over here, and here is the second one. It fits quite snugly right next to this thing I stuck it. So we got like a small little corridor area here that we can walk through, and then it kind of like wraps around, and then this side's very flat. So we can have another little alleyway through here, and then that'll lead us for maybe like an L-shaped building up in here, probably. Something like that. Now, for a cool thing, let's stick some shaders on. There we go. Well, not that one. This one. There we go. So, it, again, looks pretty nice. A little dark down here, but it does give us a little bit of light. I don't know what that was. But yeah, pretty dark, but pretty cool at the same time. Though, these flowers really look nice, I think. You know, it's just like a little glow from way out here. So that's always been pretty cool. And then, maybe, yeah, I think that's pretty it. pretty. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. If you like this, please leave a like and comment. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. If you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see next time, leave those down there too, and I'd be more than happy to get to them. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you later. Peace.